All right, I think we are good to go. Welcome everyone to the stream. And today I'm going to be organizing my parts. I have a ton of parts that I have to go through and organize. And why not make a stream and just have some fun? And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And just wanted to hang out with you guys. I know I've been off of live streaming for quite some time, so I might as well just get on it and get going. So I apologize for this camera right here, this camera right there. This camera is so bad. But yeah, I'm just gonna start working on my stuff because there's a lot to do and there's a lot of parts to go through. Mostly PSP 1000 parts, so that's gonna be a lot of work. So let's just get going. So I'm gonna be using something like this to store my parts. And a few years ago, I bought a bunch of Hero Clicks that I thought I could sell on eBay. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but anyways, they came in these really nice containers. So I'm going to use these containers to place my parts in, I guess. Kind of hard to see, but that's what I'm going to be doing for today. And I have so many different parts. Like I got a PSP 2000 here. Yeah, that's not gonna be good. Hey, what's up, Jared? How's it going? How's the PSP? How's it hanging? Alright, so. And I do also have a bin for larger parts like this, and my neighbor decides to blow their music. How convenient. Like, he never blows his music, but when I start streaming, it's just, man, I tell you. The forces that cannot be seen are always good. So I'm gonna work on 1,000 parts first, and then just slowly work my way up everything. 1,000. Take all the buttons off so I know what I have in stock. Some buttons here. As far as the buttons go, I think I'm just gonna throw them all in one, like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna get overwhelming if I do like triangle, square, circle. I mean, I could. I don't see why you shouldn't. The thing is, with the 1,000, there's a lot of little parts. Too many little. Oh crap! I just broke that. This is cool. These are like chrome media buttons. I can't wait to play it. I've actually been in Europe the last 10 days, but I get back to... All right. Awesome. Good. Glad you're having a nice vacation. Hey, what's up, T? Kenneth? What's up, Robles? You have beautiful PC. What are your specs? Thanks. Man, I forgot what my specs are. I have two different computers. Unfortunately, I have an Alienware, and then I have one that I built 5 years ago. But it does need an update, for sure. And I unfortunately had to reorganize everything because I got a new desk. It's right behind me. And this was the desk I was using for my main desk, like my monitor, my PC, and all that. But I felt like it wasn't really good. I don't know. It wasn't a great setup, so I had to. Oh, thank God! Here we are. Yes, got him. Well, that was quick. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this little business I'm trying to run. It's going really slow, but you know what? I guess that's what it takes, you know? You just gotta keep pushing until it works, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna make my life easier, just to throw these buttons in here. That way I know like what's going on, because typically this is how I look at if I have parts to spare. I'm like, hey, do I have that part in here? That doesn't really help. So this is going to help a lot. And can you guys hear me? I have a wireless mic, so hopefully this works well for this stream. Saiyan Turtle, what's up? Long time no see. Yeah, long time no see, Saiyan Turtle. Been a minute. I've been just grinding away a lot of different things, building the websites, getting orders in, trying to get orders out quickly. And then now I have a couple of collaborations coming soon. Paid collaborations, which is awesome. Praise God. Thank God for that. Lord knows I need it. Yeah, just a lot of parts in here. And that's just one bin. I have like 2 other bins like this. It's kind of crazy. Look at that. But this will hopefully help me out in the future. I believe this is a 1,000 button. Oh, this is okay. Thought that's what that was. This is the okay. Cool. I'll just pop this off. But hope you guys are doing well out there. Thank you for stopping by the stream. And just wanted to hang out with you guys. Just have some fun, you know. Going through my parts here. This is pretty fun. I love doing this stuff. Look at that. I don't know if the lighting's okay. I mean, I could do better, honestly. I think that should help a little bit. I don't know about this camera. This camera does like a weird, it changes its tone. I don't know. Maybe that's better. I'm not a big streamer kind of guy, but yes, this is kind of fun. Yeah. He said, yeah, all clear. The YouTuber J-Boy Mods fixed a broken iPod and he modded it to have a USB-C port. Nice. Hey, what's up? Mariusz Kalinski. Mariusz Kalinski. Yeah. This UMD drive. I think the worst part about this is that I didn't organize my screws correctly. So that's going to be a tough. That's going to be tough to deal with later on. And I bought this lot of parts like a while ago, long time ago. This guy threw in a bunch of parts with some stuff that some consoles he sold me. See if I can get this off. There we go. Nice. This is nice to have these like screw bags with a clip or whatever. Mr. Satan says, how's your day? Good. I finally reorganized my room again. Got my parts, got my repair desk finally done. I guess I can show you guys how this looks real quick. Let's see if this will be, if this will work. There we go. So that's kind of my desk setup right there for the most part. Pretty good. I like it. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I guess it works. But yeah. Oh, this is for D-pad. I need another divider. This is a UMD disk drive. For the 1000. I haven't tested that one out. $1,000. Just Mario, he says. Okay. I had a weird issue with Adrenaline. Every time I would go on a game, it would be zoomed. It was weird, but I fixed it. How did you fix that? Sounds pretty crazy. Oh, that's really bent. We're gonna keep that part just in case. Wise men said, never throw away anything. Always keep your stuff. I think that's how it works. Something like that. Oh, here's that cover for that that weird 4 GB hard drive battery pack that extender or whatever that I did. I did a video on this. I thought this was kind of interesting. Kind of a unique deal, but I ended up just trashing it. Here's the battery pack. So this would go on the back of your PSP 1000. You got an extra 4 gigabytes. Look how ridiculous that is. 4 gigabytes and then a battery pack. So it would be sitting like something like this on the back of your console. This is like early. I'll keep those parts together. Yeah, you can see just one apart in there. Gonna get this all organized once and for all. Because, yeah. Why? I saw my last video did pretty good. The Mario port. I didn't think it was gonna do that well, honestly. But I did it because I had a lot of fun doing it, and I thought that was kind of cool to have that port done and completed. Yeah, pretty stoked on that. Oh, that's messed up. We could probably fix that though. More confident in my skills now. Ezreal, League of Legends Ezreal button, whatever. How long have you been modding Homebrew handhelds for? Oh, I've been doing this for a long time as a hobby. I've been doing this since like 2009. 2009, and I was just talking about I was talking to my wife about this the other day, where, you know, I had a PSP 2000 back in the day, back in 2009, and I remember, 2008, and I remember when I slipped on ice that winter, and I broke my LCD. I was so sad, but I was like, you know what? There's got to be a way to repair this. I wonder if I can fix the screen, and like, you know, I never really. I didn't know what to do. So I went on YouTube and I saw some videos of like all these people modding their consoles and doing this and that and the other thing, and like reshelling, and the first mod, that HDMI like faceplate deal on his PSP1. I thought that was so cool, man. Ever since then, I've been kind of obsessed with that, of like, you know, grabbing something and making it into something else like that, with like console specifically. So it's always fun to discover and learn how to make make something that you own, you know, a lot better, or just, you know, just having fun with it. Oh, this could be repaired. I'm keeping all my parts, man, just in case, because you never know. All those tariff costs will go back up, and then I'm screwed again. But yeah, that's how I started. How about you guys? How did you start getting into the modding scene? And then I was more interested in like hardware mods, like LEDs and speakers and stuff. And then that's when I got into jailbreaking. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I wanted to do more like jailbreaking videos on the PSP and stuff, or like emulators and all that. Just having some fun. Man, this is great. I'm so glad I'm doing this. This is gonna be so much easier to go through, you know, everything. See, like that doesn't belong in there. This is for PSP 2000 analog cover. Screws. Let's see. I just deleted reinstall. May have deleted something in Vita shell. Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, lovely goddess? Can't read from back here. The screen is kind of far away. What does that mean? The crowns? I don't know what that means. What are those crowns? In 2009, I got my first PSP. It was a PSP 3000 model, and I bought Monster Jam. Good memories. Nice. Monster Jam's a good game. Me with my modded PSP problem. Oh, can you help me? Basically, my games not all have a broken line and say corrupt data. It used to work fine. Ooh, that sounds like a bad SD card. What you want to do is check your SD card on your computer through command, and type in chkdsk and then space, the letter of your drive, slash, or the letter space, the letter of your drive, for example, F colon space, then slash R. That's going to, and then space slash F. That's going to repair and find corrupt data. I think that's how you do it. I have 56 gigabytes, but only reads about 30 gigabytes. On your PSP? Probably not properly formatted. I started modding in 2023, 23. I was 13, 14 years old. My first mod was a shell swap on my 3DS. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to get in that too. I just need to get some funds for that. For those projects, get them done. I'm just gonna throw it here. A lot of little broken parts. I think we're gonna need them. This comes from a PS Vita 1000. For that 3G module, it's the cover and the wires to get it connected onto the motherboard. I don't know, I'll keep that. It's kind of cool. This is an analog cover that's kind of bent. Yeah, so far so good on these. Oh, this is probably for a 2000. Okay. Mutable guy says, oh, on the Vita, okay. You may have not formatted it to FAT32. Kenneth says, I modded my Wii U, nice. My cat peed on my original PSP yesterday, only have a working Vita now. Oh my gosh. That's the worst. That's crazy. Yeah, I still have a couple of orders to finish. But a couple of them reached out and said there's no rush to it, so I had to take the day today to figure out all of this, like organizing and all these collabs they're kind of getting antsy or whatever, or they're like, hey, where's that video? And there's a couple of them that I was like, hey, I'm not gonna do it because like this product doesn't even work, or it messed up my so-and-so. Bigger screws. I'm just gonna throw that away. Put some bigger screws in this one. I don't know what these screws are, but I'm going to keep them just in case. I don't know, I like to save everything, even broken parts, because who knows, I could possibly repair them. Oh no, I still have screws in here. But yeah, I just have a whole mess going on right now. But it's definitely needed. Let's see. Which PSP model is your favorite go-to? I'll probably say the PSP 1000, just because it's just very nostalgic for me. Yeah, I just like how it feels. Feels really, really good. Premium. And there's so many mods that you can do on that. Like, that's the only model that you can upgrade the screen on to the IPS upgraded LCD screen. But if it had to be something else, probably the 3000 because of the extra little RAM on it. Extra little bit of juice. You know, before I started doing all this stuff, I thought that, you know, working on the 1000 was kind of annoying because there's so many parts, but now I enjoy doing them. I find it a lot easier to work with. Just throw these parts in there. Finally got to the bottom of this bin. Taking all of this more serious. Oh, and you know what's another important piece that a lot of people kind of miss out on is this little plastic piece. You guys can see that, but this is for the analog on the 1000. But I'm gonna throw that right here in the analog. Deal. It's just junk. I don't know, I like to keep myself organized, clean. That was just ridiculous. I've had that for years, so I really wanted to do something about that. So there is the 1000 bin, all done. Not a lot of parts, but when you have like a mixture of 1000, 2000, 3000 and Vita parts, it gets a little crazy. So there's the power modules, ribbon cable to connect to the motherboard, to the power module, and the right analog. Your trigger buttons, D-pad, power cable here, AC adapters for your AC adapters, your media button right there, or the media ribbon. Nice. So yeah, that looks clean, man. That's awesome. Think about that. It's beautiful. That's amazing right here. Prime time. In here, or I'm gonna have to get a bigger bin, but this is the 1000. These are like the larger parts, like the pack housing, base plate, battery door, or the UMD door covers. So yeah, this is probably going to, I'm probably going to get another bin for this guy soon. That's nice. Let's see, we can work on the 2000 now. Let's work on the 2000. Finally got it started. Oops. I think I moved this camera. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I was playing Mode Gear 3 on it. Gotta restart progress on my Vita now. Mother 3, okay. Your video helped me mod my Vita. Nice. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that a lot. Is the music too loud, or is my audio not so great? I can lower a couple things, change a few things if I need to. Let's see. Please, when is the PS4 version 12 jailbreak coming? I'd go on Twitter and Reddit for that. There's a lot of people talking about that stuff, so I just go on there and do that. I really don't follow the PS4 scene too closely, even though I do have one. I just don't have time to really get into all that. Silva Cook says the greatest modder. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Please, when it. Okay, you're just spamming that. You're doing too much. I ain't gonna ban you though. Not gonna do that. Not just yet. Okay, so I believe this. Man, this is tough. I think this is for, you know, the parts for the 2000 and 3000 are very similar. Very, very similar. But the ribbon cables are kind of different. You can see the difference on the size there. This one is a little fatter than this one. This is a little thinner. I'm going to guess that this is the 3000. This is the 2000. I'm confident that is the 2000. 2000 buttons and all that. Battery doors. These are important. Forgot this analog button. It's kind of cool to like have a vision for something, and then you just kind of do it, and it happens. I always find that pretty awesome. Alright, so we're gonna throw these back in there. This is for 3000. That's for 3000. Let's see what's in this box. This appears to be 2000 still. And my parts bin kind of grew when people just started saying, hey, you can keep my parts or whatever. And they really don't care to keep it. Some people do though. I got one guy who wanted his Vita stuff back, which is just fine by me, not a problem. So yeah, I was right. This one is for the 2000. That's good. These are hard to come by, but I found a store online that sells this. This is like the little cover that goes on top of the motherboard. Yeah, I'd like to take this apart actually. Oh yeah, that's messed up. That's unfortunate. UMD disk drive is broken. No, you're fine. I got you. Sorry, I'm not, you know, getting your comments, but you don't have to spam. I'll try to get to everyone as quickly as I can. Here's a nice little set. Yeah, so I bought this white set for this customer, but the buttons, the media buttons, were so bad. They're terrible, but I'm gonna keep these just in case someone needs a new pair or something. This is for 3000 actually, so I gotta put this back over here. 2000. PS Vita. Vita. 3000. Well, I hope you guys are having a good day or a good week. Yeah, I don't like this. It's not good. $3,000 stuff. one. Complete. Box. Here's a motherboard I replaced for a customer. This is a 3000 model 3000 motherboard, and this one doesn't seem to power on. Yeah, who knows what the case is with this one, but I had to replace it for the customer, and now we're left with this piece here, which is fine because like there's a lot of value on here that I see. I know some people are like, hey, we're just gonna throw this away, and I'm not too worried about like static electricity. I'm pretty good with that. I know I shouldn't be messing with it, but the value that I find on here is a lot of these connectors can break on motherboards. Like I just got done with one a few weeks ago that this black piece right here was missing, which a lot of these, you know, people who don't really repair stuff, like this black piece that goes over the LCD, I believe that's the backlight. Not sure, but this little door gets broken easily. You have to be very careful. So that's on there. If I need to replace a USB, you know, I can take this one off and put it on the other one. This switch gets broken a lot of times. This is for that UMD right there. This little funny looking switch. And there's a little battery button at the back. So this one might be good. Who knows? Or I can replace that and this could be all good to go. But yeah, there's a lot of, you know, things we can use off of this if we needed to. But yeah. And the seller who sold me the replacement, you know, sent it in this kind of a weird bag. It's not really good for a motherboard. You want an anti-static pouch or a bag, which I do have. I mean, this thing doesn't power on, and I've tried everything. Maybe it was like bricked, but it didn't have anything on there. I tried recovery mode, nothing. This thing was just dead in the water. So that's why I kind of threw it back in there, like, man, who cares? But to be safe on stuff like that, I like these nice little bags here. Really help that. We'll just put that away. And then like this stuff here, this is good too. Like I save all of my boxes, my bags, poly bags, bubble bags, stuff, little stuff like this. I feel like it's very valuable to me because that means I don't have to buy it. You know, like this is all good packaging material that I repurpose and reuse for my orders. You know, starting my business and stuff, this stuff really helps. And then I find a lot of stuff in the trash too, like a lot of really good stuff that, you know, a lot of people in my building, I shouldn't say that, but in general, you know, a lot of people buy from Amazon, so there's a lot of like poly bags, good boxes, paper, and you know how Amazon, they overdo it with packaging materials, so it's a plus for me to have that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm kind of like a little hoarder. I don't know. Might not be a good idea. Keep every single thing. But yeah, that is it for that box. I don't know if there's going to be more. What's your favorite special edition PSP? The first one that I ever saw was the Crisis Core PSP 2000. That was pretty cool. That was like the first time I've ever seen like a printed artwork on a PSP. Uh, it's very nostalgic to me. So that one, I do have that sitting back here, and I do have the box of that's a good one, man. It's a really good one. But if I had to have one, there's really isn't a PSP that really, I don't know, like a special edition one. There's quite a few 3000 models and 2000 models, but um, can't really say. That's a good question, though. Have you checked into the legality of ROMs? You know, not as much as I should, but I should. Brad says, I'm taking a quick break from repairing Joy-Cons for kids and grandkids. Great stream for this activity. Nice. Good for you, man. Do you get a lot of orders? I get a lot of like, what's the word? Inquiries, a lot of emails like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Can you send me a quote? I send a quote and then I don't get a response. Or I send a bunch of invoices and people don't follow up, or they don't email me back, which is fine. You know, I'm not gonna pressure them. It's up to them if they wanna do it. You know, I'm not gonna be like bugging them. I did send an email to customers that first created invoices back in like February, March, and April. And I just wanted to see where they were at, you know, and if they didn't want to, I was gonna just take them out of the system because I still have those open invoices on my store, so I wanted to clean up my store and get everything out of there to keep it nice and clean, you know. I have too many open orders, kind of annoying. Going to just put some screws in this one. And I guess every bin's gonna have like a little stash of screws. Just have to be very careful which ones I use because I know these are not gonna be, you know, for the model I'm working on. Yeah, these containers are pretty cool. I think these are like fishing boxes or whatever, or tackle. I don't know what you call it, but this one is complete. Old tape. So not me. Let's go through this box here. I don't know what's going on. It's a lot of stuff. This looks like a 1000. Yep, this is a 1000 shell. God, some of these stickers from these aftermarket shells are so bad. This doesn't even stick onto the plastic. This is like old. And I think this customer was like, hey, I had this shell for so long, I'd like for you to do it. Can you please do it? I'm like, yeah. When I went to go and mess with the stickers, I guess it's been sitting there for so long that it only sticks to this yellow thing, but it's so bad. It doesn't stay on anything. It's kind of cool though. I don't know. These like old stickers. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it like kind of slides off the. I'm just gonna throw the thing away. Here's a nice little box. Well, this is for my phone. Oh, nice. There's a protector on here. Look at that, man. Look at that's nice. Keep that. That's cool. I'm gonna throw that away. Don't need that. This is a nice little box for shipping. See, this is good for like shipping out Pokemon cards. Like I just sold a lot of 32 Pokemon cards. You know, put them in here, box it up, put some padding in there, your label, and it's out the door. Look at that. It's a nice little box. I don't throw anything away. I don't know why. I should though. I got too much stuff. There's a 1000 front shell. I think these are 1000. Yep, this is a 1000. Let's see. Duke Understandable says, hey bro, thanks for the tutorials for Vita and Switch. Your way of doing it is clear, plus included links are great. Oh, thanks man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm doing a good job. That's my goal, to do a good job. Yeah, you should. AliExpress can sell those machines loaded with ROMs because China doesn't care and won't prosecute. I believe ROMs fall under copyright law. Yeah. You know, these guys are reaching out to me. Like I got one guy reaching out that's like, hey, when is that video going to be done? I told him it will be done soon. I'm just waiting on a nice, beautiful desk that I'm going to be receiving again soon. And it's a really nice tabletop. It's like a nice bamboo, and I think that's a really good backdrop for like these like black and like deep colored consoles that is kind of hard to pick up, especially on like this oak. I don't know what kind of wood this is. This darker wood, I feel like it just doesn't look so great, and then I get a yellow tint, so I'm waiting on that. And they want to send me 5 more consoles. Like that's crazy. You know, and they want to pay me to do these videos, so I'm like, this is awesome, man. This has been my dream, you know. Repairs, YouTube, and just having fun, you know. I've been out of a job for like the last year. I quit my job back in August because they were on some. If you follow my channel, you kind of know what happened. But yeah, look at this. Try to laser engrave my back. I think me and my guy, we're trying to laser the back of these Vitas. I wanted to do something nice like that, but I think he had that heat a little too much, and I think we're using the wrong laser. Because I've seen some plastic lasered and it looks good. This was like for like wood or rock or something. It didn't turn out so great, so I replaced my PS Vita's back housing. But I feel like this is a good piece to keep. Like maybe I could take this off and put a white, which I plan on doing. I think that would look really nice. Like replacing this plastic piece, which I have there. I'm just gonna have to do it one of these days and get it all figured out. And I even have the buttons for that too, so I'm excited to do that project. But yeah, there's some Vita parts in here. This is a pretty scratched up back. It's not as bad though. I've seen worse. Replaced the back for one customer. Entire back piece. Or I think this one's mine. Yeah, this one's mine actually. I think that's a customer. Oh, look at that. $15 OLED screen I got from AliExpress that doesn't work. So this is another project I'd like to do. The touchscreen doesn't work, but the LCD, the OLED screen, is working just fine. I'd like to get this off of this bezel or this frame and then remove the LCD somehow, but I don't think you can. That would be very difficult to do. I did comment in a post or a comment on a someone asking me, and I told them I would be able to do that, or I would at least attempt it. I ended up not returning it because, you know, I just didn't have time to return it, or I was too damn lazy. But nice piece. This is like brand new, you know. But touchscreen doesn't work, man. Does not work. I tried multiple times. It does not work. Here I got a motherboard, PS Vita 1000 motherboard that does not work as well. It just boots to the Sony logo and then it dies. Sony logo dies. Hopefully we can find some value out of this. I'm sure I will in the future, so holding on to that. Oh, here's another screen. So this is my old 1000 screen. I cracked it because I threw my Vita across the room. I have problems. But the screen is broken, but the touchscreen is fine. So what I wanted to do was get that one, that, you know, do a swap, you know, just a swap. But I don't know. I might not work. Oh, here's a battery. This is a bad battery. This is for 2000, 3000. Got some SD card adapters with some storage. These are cards that I have upgraded customers from like 16. This guy had 16. Upgraded to 128 for him. Here's a PS Vita batteries. I try to save them all. I know some of them are really bad. Like they just die right away. I should have labeled them. Yeah, I should have done a better job on this, but oh well. This thing is fried. A lot of problems, a lot of power issues that you may have on your 2000 or 3000 could be of this little module right here. Always check this. Very inexpensive part. And that could be what's causing you power problems. And a bunch of analogs. This is probably my #1 like sold item on my store, is like replacing analogs on the Vitas. Another nice little box here. Let's see. So this looks like these are all 3000 parts. Step there. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. We're almost at 62,000. Here's our PS Vita 1000 parts, or 2000 parts. Oh, it just keeps getting better and better. There's more stuff in here. This is a lot of stuff. This is probably not worth keeping. It's already like half popped. This looks like a PSP 1000 button. Button kit. Yo, that looks clean. I always wanted to do that with my PSP. What laser can you use for plastic? You know, I've seen some stuff online. I haven't done a lot of research, but I'm looking to like get my own little laser. I've seen some really nice ones on Amazon for like $300-400 bucks. You know, like a nice little laser. And I'd love to like put some stuff on the back of like doors. You know, like some really cool stuff. Like I'll show you one that we actually did that looked really good. Like this was my idea. This was my goal to do something like this, to to start selling that kind of service for people and putting in whatever. Let me find that battery door. Man, that one turned out so good. You guys won't believe how this one looks. It looks great. Let's see. Alright, so here's the first one we did. This one looked awesome, but I don't think we used the right laser for it. But I'll show you another one I did. So I'll show you a total of 3. Added. Okay, so 2 of them are okay, not so great. 1 is pretty messed up. You can see here, right there. These are my personal PSP, so these were like the only battery doors I had, and I wanted to just give it a shot. Cool. I don't know, it's kind of funny looking. So here on this one, you guys can see that, but that's Batman. At an angle, it looks cool, but I want it to look cool at all angles, not just on the one angle, because close up it looks kind of weird. But you see that? We lasered that on there. But you see, that angle doesn't look great. That angle looks cool. That's awesome. Here's the really bad one. I was trying to get. Yeah, you could see how some of the parts, some where it lasered was white, and then the rest of it just kind of blacked out, which it really burnt it like bad. I don't know, it was pretty bad. And then there's the Gundam one. This one from far away looks cool. Like when I'm chilling at my desk, it looks pretty decent. But yeah, again, not. I think we could have done a better job. And I'll actually bring up the my microscope and show you guys how it looks. So here's the Batman one. It's hard to see though. I was gonna make some really cool designs, get a designer to make me some really cool characters and stuff, and some popular characters. And I was inspired of that God of War battery door or whatever. The cover is really cool. And I was like, man, we should start doing that on our PSPs or something, We should start figuring something out there. But again, hard to see. Who knows? But I really want to figure that out. I think that's a really cool custom thing you can do on your PSP. Yeah, this one didn't turn out so great. I think the settings or something was off, or we used the wrong laser. I'm not a laser guy, so my guy is, sort of. But yeah, I think we were not. Yeah, I don't know. We could have done a better job, I think. We may have jumped the gun on that one a little too fast. But yeah, that's the laser work. Kind of a, I don't know. Kind of a weird idea, but I don't know. I thought this one looked pretty solid. We were onto something. That was like the first one we did. That would be pretty sick. Or have it lasered onto the ring itself. That was one of my ideas. Have like a Lord of the Ring custom PSP with the etching on it of the One Ring. And then have like some characters on the side. That would be so sick, man. You know, have Frodo like holding up the light and Sam behind him and Gollum, and then on the other side you have Gandalf with like the crew, the gang there, like fighting the orcs and stuff. That would be a bad, crazy PSP. And on the front you could have like the Eye of Sauron right there, like just right where the face buttons are at. That would be pretty sick. So I have a lot of face buttons are at. That would be pretty sick. So I have a lot of ideas, but I just have to figure out how to do it. And I think lasering is gonna help me get there. But I don't know a whole lot of that stuff, so I'm gonna have to. And I think it takes a lot of patience and a lot of knowledge to really figure all that out. Because I was looking at the software on it, and it's kind of complicated. That's no easy task. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to continue to sort through my parts. I thank everyone for joining the stream. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I got more PSP 1000 parts here. 3000. OLED screen. This one's pretty crazy. It has a crazy bronze. But this could be. There's some value here because it still works, but it just looks kind of bad. Oh, here's some new PSP 2000 parts. Looks like we're diving back into the 1000. Let's see. You should do PS234 mods. PSP, PSV is dead market. Oh, okay. Analogs on Joy-Cons are the kings of failure. I just replaced one. Yeah, they are. They go out so much. I'm now out of analogs. Yes, I'm done for the day. Good for you. Yeah, I was thinking about making my own design on PSP. Clean looks amazing. Yes, having a custom ring would be great. Yeah, I think doing something with the ring on the back, especially on the 1000 and 2000, there's not a whole lot of custom stuff on there. So if I could like get just a ton of those rings made somehow, and I feel like they're made out of aluminum from how they bend so easily, and have just, you know, manufacturers just put some stuff on there, you know, like long live the PSP, or I don't know, some symbolic stuff, or a date. I don't know. I know a lot of people have some sentimental PSPs out there, so I don't know, it's just an idea. Another 1000. Just 3000. Oh boy. 3000. This looks to be 3000. Little plastic hammer. 1000. Oh yeah, and then I have a lot of I really haven't gotten into it, but I have a lot of broken DS consoles and housings and parts and all sorts of stuff there. I think I stashed them in the garage because I was like, this is kind of getting crazy. I was like, I got too much going on up here, so we'll save that for another day. Let's not do that. It's just an empty bag. Oh, here's that. It's so nice when you organize. You start finding stuff that you're like, man, I just saw that, and here it is. Good. Just looking for that everywhere. It's there. 2,000. 1,000. Oh, here's another OLED screen. This one was pretty bad. Customer did not want all those scratches. They're like, hey, replace it for me. I'm like, okay. Gotcha. This is an important little piece. This plastic goes by that little spring mechanism for the UMD door. Just kind of keeps it from getting loose. Yeah, this is just too much in here. This is crazy how I have this bin. Bin. 30 controllers. Guess I'll put that there for now. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna put this stuff back in their bin since we already figured all that out. Let's see. Another bin for PSP 1000. Tommy says, I'm definitely looking forward to playing my Vita once I get it back. Oh yeah, Tommy. Absolutely. Yeah, it's shipped out already. So you should see it here very soon. Yeah, sorry for the long wait. I had a very busy weekend and I got it done, and then emails came through and one thing led to another, and oh my gosh, I got overwhelmed. And I spent a lot of time at my church doing like live streaming, radio program. So I try to help as much as I can there because they don't know how to work that stuff. So they really depend on me on that stuff. So, and I'm like the only guy in the entire 200-300 members there that know how to do this stuff. So it's such a huge blessing, and I apologize for being so late on your order. It should have shipped last Friday. I appreciate your patience. Yeah, that thing was that was something else. It was a lot of stuff underneath those buttons. I didn't have to do it, you know, but I saw it and I was like, you know what, I gotta do this. You didn't purchase the deep clean, but I had to do it. Not trying to say anything, but that was pretty crazy. I'll do a video on it soon. Yeah, that was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of work though. I think it took a good hour and a half just cleaning out your Vita. There was some really crazy stuff under there. A lot of paint. Yeah, a lot of stuff that shouldn't be there. So that also took a lot of time as well to take analogs off. Let's see. Hello, I just found your channel and love your videos. Is reselling PSP 1000 hard for a beginner? If it's your first time doing it, it might be difficult, but just take your time. There's a lot of great guides out there that show you how to do it. A lot of great videos out there, a lot of written guides. I don't think mine is that great, to be honest. My video is kind of quirky, but I've seen better videos than mine. I think mine was a little too quick. Some people found it very helpful and useful. So you can definitely use that one if you like for reference. But yeah, it is kind of difficult because there's a lot of different parts. And if you don't set the parts correctly, your PSP probably won't turn on right because of the way that battery sits. That is my biggest problem with the PSP 1000 is that battery not sitting correctly, and your PSP won't turn on. The first thing I do when I reshell is make sure that I test everything and I know that everything works. Or say the UMD fails and it's not working, and then I reshell it, go back to reshell it, and it's not working, then you know we're good because I already knew that it wasn't working. But if you go back and you know you reshell it without testing everything, and you're like, oh, the UMD drive doesn't work. Yeah, I test that. You know, you're kind of questioning like, did it work before? Did it not? Like, so I always recommend to test everything before you do it, and just look closely. Like, always go back. My biggest thing for someone that's gonna do this for what is going on here? Oh my gosh. What the hell? My biggest thing is to always go back to the original. I always do that. Even for myself that's been doing this for so long, I always go back to the original housing and I look at the aftermarket shell and I compare both of them. I'm like, okay, what do I have to cut? What's missing? What do I have to shave off? And always look back at the OEM, because the OEM is the best. You know, everything sits on it perfectly. But the aftermarket, there's always something wrong. So if you're doing a 1000, just keep that in mind, that there's always going to be something wrong with that shell. And always reference that OEM, the original housing. You know what, I was thinking of doing something crazy like I want to do something like this, man. It's like a Frankenstein kind of PSP, you know, like a red back and just like a bunch of crazy parts, pre-owned parts, and just sell it like that. That'd be kind of cool. I think we're good now. I think that's it for that. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. You'll give me a discount. Absolutely, I'll give you a discount. For sure. Yo, bro, your vid saved me. Oh, thanks, Kappa Dons. You're welcome. Thank you so much for watching. How many games do you install? I don't install any games. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do none of that stuff. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Don't be asking that. What are you... Tommy says, thank you very much. Of course, you're welcome. APV says, thumbs up. Thank you all for being here. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. I have been following your videos with my modded Vita. Any advice? Just start slow, man. You know, just take your time, have fun, and always go on Reddit if you guys have any questions. Even though I don't like that, I don't like being on there as like a user, but I go off there to feed myself with all the information that they give out. That's what I do. I remember I went on there one time and that was not a good time. It's just a cesspool, you know, of douchebags. But what can you do? There's always something like that everywhere you go. But there's a lot of great people too on there, where they offer a lot of help. They even give you files to like ports and stuff. A lot of great knowledge has come out of there for me, for sure. Because there's a lot of people that just give that information. They help out a lot of people. So always go on Reddit if you guys have any questions. Like, always check it out. There's always like an answer to everything, and I always go on there, or just Google it, and you'll most likely find the answer. But yeah. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna take it out. Cool. So that's done. Now I gotta make my 3,000 bucks. That's awesome. I'm glad I got. Oh, here's another one. It's plastic. Man, this is great. I didn't realize it had so many little parts, you know? But I like keeping my stuff clean and organized. I think in the past few months I haven't, and it's been driving me crazy. I've been trying to get a new office, but all of the avenues I checked are just not what. They're just not so great for me. Too damn expensive out there. No, I'm not gonna fall victim to that. Absolutely not. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit bigger. Where do you mostly get your stuff from? Well, a lot of these parts are like housings that customers have sent in, and they're like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, can I keep your parts?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, go right ahead." And yeah. And then a while, like the PS1000, the PSP 1000, the reason why I have more parts for that is because I bought a bundle a long time ago. That was a while ago though. I'm wondering if the 1000, 2000 parts are the same. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't like this one because it doesn't have the dividers, so I'm gonna use more space than I should. That's okay though. I think this looks really cool, you know, very exciting looking. I think this is like great for like B-roll if I'm shooting something. Let's see. It's gonna go in its own bin. But yeah, it looks like the prices of like AliExpress went down after I made my video. How ironic. How convenient. I'll take it. And I got a USB-C port coming in for a Vita 1000 and 2000. And I'll be working on that soon. That's going to be a lot of fun. Because these proprietary cables, especially for the 1000, it's the worst. I hate that cable with the passion. I don't know how many cables I had to buy. And yeah, no, it's no good. No good. Nice. There. So yeah, I'm hoping one day I can repurpose something like this. You know, this one has a lot of deep scratches. I don't know, I find this kind of cool though, you know, some value in here. Maybe I'm crazy. That's what I think about with my videos, like that PSP ISO. I know there's a ton of videos on that, but I was like, I want to make a really nice, crispy, updated 2025 video. You know? Let's do it. Why not? Let's make a crispy video. And some people found it very helpful. And maybe I'm, you know, just regurgitating what's out there, but I feel like a lot of times the videos that are out there are not so great, and when I'm looking at something to like do, or I like do a little bit of research, like, hey, I wonder if someone's making this video, so I go look. I don't watch their videos entirely, I just click and see how the vibe is, and if it's not that great, or the speaker is just kind of annoying or whatever, then I go and make my own video, which I think is a lot better, my opinion. That's how some of those ideas kind of go down. Yeah, there are some videos out there that just, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but yeah, I know. For example, I got this desk back here, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, guys. You know, I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but I get a lot of comments saying like, "Hey, why are you making this video? It's like old, whatever." Like, people already made this video. Or I had one guy who was copying my stuff, and one guy was like, "What does it matter? People already made this video like 100 times or whatever." I was like, "But dude, you're literally copying like everything that I do, my style, my thumbnail, everything." And so that's where I'm kind of getting at. It's like, I already know a lot of people made these, and a lot of these like YouTube content or PSP content, I don't feel like doing it for console. I feel like they do it just because they get numbers. Obviously, that's what your goal, I mean, most people's goal is that, but like for me, I do it because I have fun doing it. Even if I have like 500 views or 1,000 views, it doesn't really matter to me. I just have fun making the videos, And if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, you know, at least I had fun, enjoyed doing it, and that's the main goal. But like I saw one guy doing, I'm not gonna say exactly what the video is, but obviously making a video like that, you're gonna get more views than your other content that you're making that doesn't really generate views. You know, like you could be talking about something, you get like piss poor 100, 200 views, and then you make something of like this content, then it's gonna explode. And there's a lot of those channels out there. And I had like some beef with some one guy, like he was just going back and forth about what I was doing and how I was like a copycat and all this other stuff because I was saying that to someone else. I was like, man, the nerve of this guy, you know? What's wrong with you? Chill out, bro. And I'm not trying to gatekeep, but yeah, no. I don't want to get ego into this either, but I think at the end of the day, I make pretty solid content. Unlike others who kind of just, yeah, either difficult to listen to or difficult to look at. It really means a lot to me that I helped you or you enjoyed the video or I did a good job. So, because I try to do the best that I can because I'm really passionate about this stuff. And it just irks me when people think I'm like a copycat or someone's trying to copy my style. Like, oh no. Don't do that. Or if you're stealing like my content too, I've seen some channels out there that would steal like some of my videos, like literally copy and paste my videos, or using my thumbnails on Twitter or on X and not acknowledging that that source came from me, but then you're going to give it to a Mr. Mario or to another guy. That is crazy to me. Yeah, okay, all right. All right, so we're looking good here. Looking pretty solid with this whole you know, nice little bags here. I like to keep for shipping purposes. I think we're getting down to the wire. And I know we're going to talk about homebrew stuff, but I think this is okay. So we're going to bring this to the garage soon. CSP 3,000 parts. This is good. Looks like this is gonna need a new label. I'll put that back up here soon. Yeah, you get a lot of these new PSP 3000 screens that don't work. I believe this one has like a line right here. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. I think I'm gonna see if I can get something out of this. Maybe like a tester or whatever. I don't know. You know, you should be in jail for all that stuff you were doing with all those people. You know what I mean? Are you coping? Are you looks like you're projecting. Sounds like you're projecting. Or you're either trolling me, but I think we're done with you today. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. How do we do it? Oh, yeah. Get your ass. He says, you little muppet. Okay. You know, I really like keyboard warriors or trolls because they wouldn't dare to say it in your face, you know. And as much patience as you guys can see in the stream, trust me, I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. I'm a little crazy. I wish someone talked to me like that in my face. Yeah. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Let's see. This guy up here. Okay, so I think we're good for now. Let's see what's here. This goes right here. Right. Nice little tool set. Okay. There. Aaron says, love your content, and I'm a big PS Vita nerd, so PS5 has low power mode now. Is that a sign for a new handheld? Also, man, if they just made the Vita with LT and RT and a 7-inch screen, please, so that would be crazy. You know, I'm hoping that Sony does step up to do something with the handheld space. I mean, it's about time that we saw a very powerful Sony handheld at this point. I mean, they were onto something with that PSP, and ever since then, they just, I don't know. The PS Vita was great, but I felt like it didn't get the appreciation that it needed at the time. I guess with all the hate and all that stuff that was going, I don't know, that was going on during that time. I guess they were like, yeah, we're not doing this again. Or I guess they didn't sell as many. I don't know the whole story behind that, but they need to get back on it. No portals, that doesn't count. No portals. We want a legitimate handheld that has its own library of games. That would be cool. That would be really cool, actually. Okay, so here's my Vita parts. Gonna make a Vita box as well. So all that stuff's gotta go. Awesome. Yeah, for sure. But the hardware was sold beyond time. Yeah, it was. Crazy. You playing little movies on it and stuff. And I know there was like little players, like video players. stuff like that. But what the PSP had to offer just amazing. I don't think that could fit in there. Screen. I guess I could do this today. What do you guys think? Actually, no. This is kind of messed up. I totally forgot we engraved on the plastic. Ah! I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of Vita parts, so I'm just gonna mix it all up here. Maybe let's not do that. This is a pretty bad housing, but we're going to keep it just in case. Here's some bad analogs. Maybe we can repurpose these. No. I think this is for a Vita 1000. No, never mind. Okay. I'm gonna work on this today. So that's my PS Vita 2000 parts. Not a whole lot. And finally for my 1000. Or I guess the last box was 2000. This is the 3000. Since I don't have a lot of 1000, 2000 parts, I'm going to just put them all in one bin and just leave it like that. That's done. Last thing I'm going to do is go through these little storage bins that I have. And when I started, I was just kind of throwing random parts in there. So I'm going to have to look and see if it even matches of what's going on. And most likely it's not. Yeah, DS parts, I'd probably want to just throw this in a bin instead of wasting all the space. Here's a nice little shell. Brand new. There's some parts. There's a little speaker. Looks like some battery doors. It's all going in that bin there. Robles, is it 90 degrees still in Michigan? Robles, it is 90 degrees still in Michigan. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty humid here right now. Well, it was earlier. I'm not sure. A storm passed by, so it might be a little bit nicer. Not sure. There's some more DS parts. This is for an analog. Now we're just going to throw all these parts in there. Looks like this is for a lens. Not sure what this is for. Battery for DS. Some heat sink pads. Yeah, see, this doesn't work. Take all this out. Sorry, my son is screaming in the background. He just woke up. I don't know why the hell he does that every time he wakes up. It's like, dude, chill out. You just slept for like 2 hours. You just slept for 2 hours. What is your deal? Holy. That's going crazy. Thought it was over, I guess not. Robostag, the GOAT when it comes to thanks, man. Big fan of the channel. Your videos help me a lot. Thank you. Appreciate you. Still my favorite little handheld. Travels nice. Yeah, the Vita is just an awesome console. It's amazing. Okay, so I got. Yeah, this is. Man, I thought it was over here, but I guess not. I'm gonna see how this is. Oh, it doesn't have a charge port. No battery. Doesn't work. Could be the motherboard. Just shut off. I have to really check these LCDs. This is a 2000. This looks like to be a 3000 screen. Got a 1000. These are all the PSPs I have to refurbish soon. I gotta get on that. I think these are brand new screens that don't work. I got these from AliExpress, and I was pretty upset that they sent me the wrong LCDs that don't even work. That's kind of annoying. These type of boxes I don't keep. It's like cheap Chinese boxes. I don't know. I shouldn't say Chinese, but these boxes that come from like, I don't know, it's like super flimsy stuff. I don't like shipping in boxes like this unless it's something like light. I don't know, something like this. Yeah, maybe I can reuse it for something else. Yeah, we got some more parts in here. To clean this all up. Hopefully I can do a full housing stream, housing swap stream. I'll be doing it with all of these, I hope. Hoping I can. Have the opportunity. 2,000. 3,000. I'll see this one. Put this in my parts bin. Screen protector. More 3,000 parts. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Okay, so still finding more stuff. Which is good. I think that's great. Oops. Okay, oops. Every door. That's for 2,000. Okay, so you got a 3,000. Hey, what's up, Fern? What state? I'm from Minnesota, born and raised. Are you caught up with the PS4 5 jailbreak community? Not really, just because I don't use my PS4 as much. I do have a jailbroken one, but I don't really follow it as much. And as far as the PS5, I really don't care since I don't have one. So yeah, I feel like the reason why I don't have a lot of interest in the PS5 is because I felt like that was just such a failure of a console. I don't know, it's not the same spark as it was with like the PS3 and PS4. PS5 is like, I don't know, it's not there for me. Would I like to have one again? Sure, I'd love to have one. I'd love to buy one and jailbreak one and go through the whole, you know, setup and all that. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I guess I don't know. Just kind of stuck in, you know, other stuff. I guess. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just what it is. I guess it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna test these screens. There's a couple of more somewhere around here I have to test, but these are PSP 3000 screens. This one is pretty scratched up though. See that one right there? So if this one does work, I'd love to use this as like a test to make sure that it's the wrong way. Since this is just a test, we don't have to actually think I'm wrong. This is a 2000 screen. Yes, I'm wrong. It's okay to be wrong. This is a 2000 screen. Let's check this one. This is a brand new screen, but something happened where, yeah, just check it. And again, a 2000 screen. So that's not right. Oops. Damn, just messed that up. Okay, let's test this baby out. Let's see where we're at. It works. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is so bad. Why would you ship something like this? This is actually a good tester. I think this board is bad. Something's going on with this board, that's why it's not booting up the way it should. Yeah, we're still going to be careful though on this guy. And there we go. So yeah, the 2000. I don't think I have anything else. Why? Yeah, here's another 2000. Let's check it on this one. I wonder if I can. Cool. Really don't need this. I'm gonna take this off. Put this away. I could refurbish this one. I have a working screen. I just want to verify if that motherboard is bad. God, I don't remember. That's why it's good to label everything, guys. Even though this is a messed up screen, I always try to be careful just to keep my feet sharp. I should be using gloves, but since this is a broken screen, I'm really not going to waste a pair of gloves. Oh, that's look difficult. Why is that clean? I should do that. There was something in there. Don't like that, but I'm just gonna give it a shot. Definitely something with that motherboard. So this is good tester, I guess. Kind of lame, but whatever. I want to test this other screen. Kind of worked backwards. I don't know why I did that. Tester. I would consider this as like a C stock screen. This one has a ton of scratches on it. Who knows where they came from? But it's pretty crazy how many scratches are on here. I thought it was like dust or something, but that one is actually really good. Looks good. But you'll see like all that fuzziness on there. That's all the scratches. Those are my fingerprints, but everything in the middle is like deep scratches. I don't know how that happens, but my gosh. Again, these are good two screens I can use for testing purposes. Just have to find the right box to put them in. Well, I believe these are, whoops, whoa. I believe these are 3,000 screens, if I'm not mistaken. These are brand new. Lens tape on them and everything. But I don't think these are. Wait a second. Whoa, what the hell? Look at this. This is AliExpress, guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I believe this is a 2000 screen. Nicely fits. Guess I'll just test it. I don't know, the last time I checked this stuff, it's not working. Man, if this were to work, that means I can refurbish one more. But that back is kind of coming off, which is kind of strange. I think this is not working. Let's see. Are you caught up? Let's see. What firmware are you on for your PS4? I think I'm 9.00 firmware. I'm A about it. PS5. I'm really into PS4 and 11. Yeah. I don't see a lot. I guess I haven't really looked deep into it, but like, what are you doing on your PS4 that you enjoy it so much? Because like for me, it's hard to. It's a lot of work to like back up my games and stuff. Like I feel like it's really not worth it for all the time that I have to put into it. You know, creating the package and the licensing and all that crap. It's like it's time consuming. And I have a PS4 Pro too. Do you have a regular PS4 or a Pro? I think this screen is not working. Yeah, this thing's toast. Joke. This was from AliExpress. This is probably the worst part to purchase is a screen. I've gotten so many defects. What a joke. So what I'll do is I'll put this guy here. I have to leave some breadcrumbs because I always forget what this stuff is. So I just put that on there. Screen test. Screen tester. There we go. One down. Just put that there. I'm gonna just throw this one away. Just look at this. Let's take a look under the microscope, shall we? Oh, the battery's dying on here. I wonder if it needs something. I don't see anything. Oh, you know what? It could be. Could it be this right here? It's preventing. I find the smallest things can mess up a connection, man, I tell you. Just the smallest things that you might not think would affect it actually does. Doesn't hurt to try. Oh. That. I wasn't really planning on like doing this. I just wanted to organize my parts, but since we're here, I might as well do this. And I typically have gloves on for this kind of stuff, just to be safe. I doubt this will work. Yeah, this is no good. So I'll just toss this screen. No point of keeping it, honestly. Sorry guys, my kids are just in the background doing too much. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you all so much. I'm just going to test this last screen and I'm going to end the stream. Looks like we already passed 2 hours. I was just going to stream for a couple of hours and just catch up with you guys and see what's up, what's going on out there. You know, how everyone is doing. That way I keep up with you guys too, man. I gotta get on those videos. I got so much content to upload, so many things to make, and all these videos. I think it's best for me to stream late night because kids are kind of loud, so. And I personally don't like that. All that background sound. See if this works. I believe both of these were defective, man. From what I remember. Just no good. Let's try this again. There goes the boot sound and no picture. So yeah, definitely LCD. Well, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all so much for being here, supporting my channel. Thank you, thank you. Much love to everyone. God bless you. Take care. Stay safe out there. It's getting crazy out there, so y'all gotta be safe, please. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. And yeah. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.